Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahn, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick. That's
All
right.
right, Mindy, it's a great game tonight. There's some things that are on the line a little bit for these teams. There's also, things will continue to unfold next week as well. So, not to say that it's not a non-important game, but the Bills are going to be a short favorite here by a point. I am actually seeing one Las Vegas book has moved the Bills to two. Do they not know that the Bengals have covered like a million out of the last million and three games?
Maybe they don't, and maybe they haven't noticed that the Bills just, I don't know, just don't quite look quite right. I don't know exactly what it is. Can't really put my finger on it here. But kind of the way it sounds is that the Bills might be headed towards a little bit more of a run game here this evening, and that's just based off of stats, flex plays, a whole bunch of different stuff in there with that. And Blake, I think I'm going to be against you today. I'm going to take the under in this one. I'm going to go under the 49 and a half because I do think both of these teams are going to try to establish this run. I have it, basically modeled out a 43-45 game, 21-21, like basically as close as you can go ahead and get it here. Under is 7-1. The Bills' last 8 road games. Under 7-0, and the Bengals' last 7 versus a team with a winning record here as well. And to me, it's only because the Bills, I kind of question a little bit. I don't know if it's Josh Allen's arm maybe isn't as good as we all think it is. Because look how many times they're going to run him now on like 3rd and 4 rather than passing. So I'm going to take under in this one, Ramon.
Looks like Curtis is going to agree with you. And, I'll just start off the new year. We don't do this very often. I'm going to go the other way. And again, not contradicting your handicap of the game. And maybe it looks I might be in the wrong here the way you guys are coming in, but I look at it as both teams relaxing a little bit, maybe not having that defensive intensity. We're looking forward to the playoffs. Look, I know we got 49 and a half. It's prime time. I mean, I'm the king of this, right? As far as coming in and preaching about these prime time unders. We know it. And Blake says it's going to come right about the number here, possibly there. Rick says at a pick'em, Bills all day. So don't forget about Joe. I mean, he's covered every game here. I didn't write the stats down, but you know what they are. I mean, what it's 18 out of the last 20, 18 out of 21, something like that. I think it's even more than that. Here come all the predictions. Hang Your Life says 31. I think it's a great game here. Rick says he's in Cincinnati, so interesting that he would say that like that because we know what's been going on. He knows what's been going on with the Bengals and their great streak. So I will put a lot of stock into what he is saying on that tonight. Scott says he thinks home field is a big deal. Mindy, I was kidding about some of the playoff, and I don't, you can take a pass if you want because of your Chiefs, but we see these teams again in the postseason.
Yes, of course. I think you will.
We're getting familiar with each other. Scott says playoff atmosphere. And that's the way I'm feeling about it. I'm going to go with the over in this game. Even at 7 touchdowns in the game, I'm going to take the over. And again, I don't disagree necessarily with what you're saying on the handicap. I just think that the teams are kind of maybe coasting into the postseason. I don't know if that intensity will necessarily be there. But yeah, I mean, when they're right next to each other in the 2 and 3 spots, we know the Chiefs making fun of them. As long as they keep winning those games, they're going to get that number 1 spot.
Right. So it just depends where they get to go play. Do they get to play 2 games at home or 3 games at home? Right. That's what.
And the spread record doesn't matter, right? Nobody's going to say, hey, you don't get the number 1 seed because you didn't cover the spread too much.
Right.
It says 7 touchdowns too many. I just am rounding it up a little bit. I mean, obviously you could be looking at, 6 touchdowns and field goals, 5 touchdowns and more field goals, but they will need some stops. Just a few stops, I would guess, to stay under the total, but I will go over. Or if you wanted to be like that Arizona and Atlanta game, you can have a billion field goals. That was the underrated game of the day. Come on, that was the worst game on the card, and it went down the wire yesterday. So, okay, great picks from the chat. I'll give you just another second if anybody wants to chime in. But Mindy and I, we're going to disagree. I'm going to go disagreeing with everybody here. You guys are all on the under, and I don't have a handicap on this one necessarily, that because I almost agree with everything Mindy said, but I think it'll be the general malaise, if you will, of the defenses. Just
the mood of the defense, huh?
maybe a little Matador defense, a little bit. I mean, it's an important game, no doubt about it. But the Bills, they probably needed a little. The Bengals can take advantage of this home field in this game, right? And get just a little bit closer to trying to pass them up in the standings heading into that last week of the season. Of course, we did mention, Buffalo looks like they'll have a pretty easy matchup in the final week, given the way the Jets, kind of floundered yesterday in that one, and the fact that the Bills will be at home against the Pats. I'm sorry, the Bills will be at home against the Pats for the final game, of course.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab, where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.